Have you ever wondered how the rich continue to make a lot of money, and the poor remain the same or even become poorer? Is it a coincidence, or is there a secret to making money? Perhaps it is even down to good fortune or pure serendipity. While it's true that some people get rich through inheritance and charity, many of us are where we are as a result of our choices, behavior, and habits. A study conducted by Duke University discovered that habits make about 40% of our daily behaviors. This means that your life right now is essentially the sum of your habits. Hence, there is a good chance that you can become rich if you adopt the habits of the rich. To help you better understand your habits and how they can be preventing you from achieving your goals, join us in our video today as we delve into a list of 10 things poor people do that rich people don't. Don't forget to leave a comment, give the video a like, and subscribe for more insightful videos. If you have the time to watch reality TV or spend an insane amount of time binge-watching TV series, you're probably poor. It is interesting how much time the poor spend watching meaningless TV. Watching TV is mesmerizing, and once you give your attention to it, it starts to take you for a long, unfruitful ride. According to research by the General Social Surveys of National Opinion Research Center at the University of Chicago, 34.1% of American households with annual incomes under $9,000 watch more than 5 hours of television each day on average. Only 1.1% of households earning more than $150,000 annually watch television for longer than 5 hours every day. A person who isn't working obviously has more time to watch television, but the results reveal that television viewing gradually decreases as incomes rise. If you are always keeping track of who celebrities are dating, or what goes on in their lives all the time, in addition to watching TV shows every week as they air, you may probably not be achieving your income goals. Celebrity gossip and hype add nothing to your life, and solely benefit the celebrity. The rich aim to be on TV instead of watching. They use the time to create instead of consuming content. But how will you know what's happening in the world if you don't watch TV? Well, nobody is saying TVs are useless. In fact, they can be a great source of education if you use them the right way. You can watch reliable news for information, documentaries for facts, and certain shows for knowledge in whatever field you are in. For example, the American TV show Shark Tank can teach you a lot about building and investing in a business. When people are young, they have so much energy, time, and strength. They have fewer responsibilities, like taking care of a spouse or children, and they have more flexibility in their movements. Unfortunately, the poor don't take advantage of these aspects when they are younger and waste more time in bed. Poor people spend time on frivolous things that won't matter in the coming years. After many years, the pattern shifts and the poor start waking up early because they realize so much time has been lost and they have so many responsibilities to take care of. In order to be more productive, you would have to work more, especially in your youth. You have to give up the benefit of one activity for another alternative. In microeconomics, this is called the opportunity cost and refers to the value of what you have to give up in order to choose something else. Simply put, it's the value of the road not taken. For the rich, the opportunity cost of waking up earlier to achieve their goals is just extra sleep. But for the poor, they lose time. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, and once lost, it cannot be regained. We all have 24 hours in a day, but rising early is the secret to productivity for many successful people. From athletes to doctors, people who get things done recommend waking up early because it gives a head start and avails more time to complete errands or work. In a 5-year study of self-made millionaires, author Tom Corley found that almost 50% of them woke up at least 3 hours before their workday began. Mr. John earns about $500 a month, and his personal expenditure is $400, leaving $100 as extra money. He gets a raise and is now earning $700 a month. Suddenly, he stops using public transportation and starts using taxis everywhere. He begins eating at high-end restaurants and buys the most fashionable clothing. Now his personal expenditure is $700, leaving him with no extra money. Years later, Mr. John is still not financially stable. He hasn't been able to save enough to buy a car and still lives with his friend. What did Mr. John do wrong? Like Mr. John, many poor people fall into the trap of spending more when their income increases. Lifestyle creep or inflation are common terms used to describe this. In other words, lifestyle inflation occurs when you spend more as your income rises. With a small raise here and a bonus there, your lifestyle may soon start to match the zeros on your paycheck. It's easy to get sucked into lifestyle inflation. After all, you genuinely earned it. So why shouldn't you enjoy the fruits of your labor? A little designer clothes and shoes wouldn't hurt, right? But it will. If you're spending all the extra money you're making, it's nearly impossible to get ahead, no matter how much income you bring in. If you're not conscious of your budget, lifestyle inflation can cause your spending to spiral out of control. One way to avoid this trap is by setting financial goals for yourself. That's one secret of the rich. With solid financial goals and an execution plan, you would be less tempted to upgrade your life when your income increases. Instead, you will be encouraged to reach those goals. Additionally, unlike the poor, the rich are not so much concerned with looking rich as they are with actually being rich. Their goal is to be rich, not just look rich. Rich people invest or save their extra income, which brings us to our next point. Another behavior of the poor is their inability to save money for emergencies. Saving money is hard. However, it is also necessary for making large purchases like a house or car, opening a business, or planning for retirement. Additionally, money saved can assist you in times of emergency. During an emergency or misfortune, the poor resort to liquidating assets like selling property or can go as far as borrowing. This prevents the poor from ever realizing financial freedom. Saving can be particularly difficult for the poor who live day to day and do not have much disposable income. However, many others may have had enough money to save in the past but didn't. When you opt for expensive clothing, cars, and other luxuries without comparable income inflows, you set yourself up for disaster. That's why some rich athletes end up bankrupt after they retire. Saving money is one of the essential aspects of building wealth and having a secure financial future. Many people have an explanation for their lack of success, or are quick to point the finger elsewhere. They fail to accept responsibility for their behavior and place blame on a variety of entities, including society, the government, and their upbringing. We all agree that some circumstances are beyond our control, yet you are responsible for almost 90% of your life. Keep in mind that you are in command of your life, your relationships, and your health, and that if you want these things to improve, you must take action. Life is not about what occurs to us, rather, it is about how we respond to it. When something awful happens, the poor decide to victimize themselves while the wealthy investigate and research it to learn what occurred, why it happened, and how they can prevent it from happening again. One takes on the role of the helpless victim, while the other makes use of it as a springboard for development. Children are amazing and fun, and many couples can't wait to have some of their own. It's even more fun when you are making them. However, taking care of a child is one of the most expensive things you may ever do. From food to healthcare, education, and clothing, children require a lot of things for their growth. On average, poor people have more children than rich people. The poor rarely consider family planning and have babies they can't adequately care for. On the other hand, the rich wait until they are financially stable. They postpone giving birth until their standards of living have improved and they can afford to give their offspring a good environment to grow up in. Once a baby comes into the picture, a considerable amount of your income goes into meeting the needs of the little one. Without savings or a significant cash flow, poor households' resources become limited. At this point, it becomes difficult for the poor to increase wealth. Almost everyone has a friend who has great ideas, but never follows through with them. They always express how much they want to do something, but they never do. They might be filled with inspiration for how they are going to make judicious choices that will improve their lives, such as returning to school, becoming vegetarian, terminating a toxic relationship, seeking for a better job, or beginning to save money. This is something that affects a lot of poor people. Wealthy people act upon their goals as opposed to only talking about them. In fact, because they are so preoccupied with their task, you might not hear about what they are up to behind the scenes for months at a time. They suddenly appear and declare that their project is complete. They decide on what they wanted to do and map out a practical strategy for how they would get there. These days, self-care is a popular trend. People believe that taking care of yourself means getting a massage or a special vacation. Though these things are great, they do nothing to improve your mind. If you want to be wealthy, you need to do so much more. True self-investment goes beyond the surface level. The wealthy go further in developing new abilities and elevating their worth. Are you the kind of person who is indispensable at your job? Or are you merely one of the numerous employees who could be quickly replaced? You can surely guess which category both rich and poor belong to. Start investing in yourself by setting aside time to master new talents. Attend some classes at a nearby institution to sharpen your existing talents or learn new ones. Read books that will advance your development. Make good use of the internet, which is a sea of knowledge that is free. Poor people often feel as though they are owed something. They believe that the wealthy were given a big break by another person. Hence, they also live life hoping for their big opportunity. This is why most poor people fall victim to pyramid schemes. They want fast and quick money, so they jump at any opportunity that promises results with no effort. The truth is, people seldom help others who are unwilling to put in the work. For example, when you go for a job interview, you are expected to have some experience in the role you are interviewing for. Employers need to know that you have already done some work in that particular field. So, they give you the job based on the knowledge and experience you have, not because you think you deserve them. The rich know that no one owes them anything. If they want something, they have to work for it. They are aware that to successfully start and run a business, the only ones they can rely on are themselves. Poor people are not too keen on taking care of themselves. They eat junk food, don't exercise, and do not have routine checkups with their doctor. Our health is very crucial to how we enjoy life. What is the use of having so much money if you are on a sick bed or you visit the hospital every other day? The rich know the value of good health, so they take measures to safeguard it. The rich are aware that if they want to continue to be productive, it is vital to be strong and fit always. According to Thomas Corley, author of Rich Habits, Poor Habits, wealthy people are significantly more likely to eat wholesome foods and consume little to no junk food. Successful people frequently exercise to maintain a healthy weight in addition to eating well. Thomas Stanley and William Danko discovered that more affluent people have the discipline to exercise for longer than 3 hours per week, while conducting research for their book, The Millionaire Next Door. According to studies, only 23% of low-income individuals engage in aerobic exercise, whereas 76% of the wealthy population does so at least 4 days a week. You can start the change today. Know that it won't be easy, but it will be worth it in the end. If you enjoyed this video, watch also the next one on your screen, which looks at 20 practical money-saving tips. Be sure to leave a comment to let us know what you think, give the video a like, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful videos.